Welcome back everybody to Commentators Corner, and if you missed the live stream of the Mexican Grand Prix, please go back and watch it. And that's the perfect amount of time to tell you that we crown a new champion tonight. Blizzard is a 4-time champion of TTL, so congratulations to him. Unfortunately, he's not here in Commentators Corner for a live reaction, which is a bit of a shame. However, we do have someone in the chat, Andy, who put up a fantastic battle with Maze. Was talking about pedal issues and such the like. Put up a fantastic battle. Rapid joins us in Commentators Corner. Rapid, how are you tonight?
I'm alright, mate. It was not my pedal, mate. It was my controller. My right stick was getting jammed at certain points for some reason. But I've enjoyed that. Congratulations to Blizzard, of course, my teammate. He won the title today. Unfortunately, last race, me and him and Alan had a bit of a altercation, but didn't let that affect me today. And tried to fight him at the start, but just didn't let him through and let him see what he could do. But yeah, unfortunately, my controller decided to pack in, and the brakes and tyres were shocking today. So.
Yeah, and the brakes probably didn't help when they were being jammed on most of the time.
Yeah, they were just locking and then overheating. They were like 15 something. Like, it was ridiculous. And then the tyres on the supers felt great, but because I was battling with Maze, like left, right, and centre, they just went dead after a couple of laps. I could have made it to the end, but I didn't want to risk getting a puncher, so I pitted when Maze pitted, got ultras on, and just had a battle. I let him through because he was going to get the position anyway at the end because of the penalty I had. But he deserved it better than me, so I've got to give it him today. He deserves it.
And you still managed to put up a great battle with him, very clean as well throughout the race, even with your controller issues. You said at the start of the stream there that you just wanted to finish the race. Mission accomplished.
Yeah, well, after like Japan and last track both retiring, I needed to fight back and come back and see what I can do. I'm not as quick as some of the guys here, but you know, it's great to finish a race. But yeah, it's a thrill to have that battle with Maze and finally finish a race.
And looking on to the next round at Brazil, obviously you'll be helping Blizzard to get the Constructors title, or at least trying to. How big of a role do you think you can play in that?
Well, Blizzard's done a very great job on his own and as well. I think we have the chance to get it next race, I believe. But it depends how my pace is. Compared to Squeezy and Paul, I'm not as quick as them. So we'll just see what I can do and see what Matthew can do and see what we can do as a team. And we'll see what happens. You never know, McLaren's could come back. So we'll just wait and see.
Andy, I'll hand over the mic to you.
Yeah, the two bits I'll have is, first of all, you're saying about the issues there. Do you use the analog stick to brake and accelerate, or is this you talking about the R2 button?
No, it was my R2 button. It was just getting jammed at certain points, and don't know what. I had to like lift off sometimes, to, like knock it back out of it locking. It's just a fault I've had with it. The circuit inside the controller's a bit screwed, so I'm going to get a new controller for next race.
I did notice the throttle gauge jumping up and down sometimes, so it was interesting to see, but you know, it gives an answer to what happened. We are obviously coming towards the end of the season. You're looking at a full season for season 13, and if so, what's your goals for that if you are doing the full year?
Well, if I'm doing the full season next year, hopefully build my pace up to be as quick as the other guys. But we'll just see. It takes practice to get to that level. But if I do, probably mid-table in the drivers, 8th, 10th, around about that area. But we'll just see what happens. See what pace I have. I might be fighting next year with Matthew, but I doubt it because he's very quick. But we'll just see what happens.
Ah, great stuff. Well, thank you for talking to us, Rapid. Look forward to seeing you at the Brazilian Grand Prix.
Yeah, cheers. Thank you very much.
Let's have a look who we have next. Spike is next
Spike's
in
the
Commentators
yeah.
Corner. Spike, how are you tonight?
Hello, mate. You're not too bad yourself.
Yeah, not too bad. Well, it all started from lap 1, so talk us through it.
Yeah. I figured, try and at least lead a lap, maybe. Yeah. I went for it into turn 1. There's plenty of room on the outside, so braked as late as I thought I could get away with. Probably a fraction too late because obviously I got the position, but then I was massively out of position for the next 2 corners, and Squeezy did a good job positioning his car, and did my best to try and hold him back, but it wasn't quite enough.
And Andy and I have been talking pretty much since the incident about whether you did or didn't get damage. You seem to be a little bit wounded from the incident there with Blizzard. Just talk us through it from your perspective.
No, no damage. No, it was it's one of those. I mean, I was on a tighter line, so I've looked back at it. It's not really done anything wrong. It's just one of them things. Just I was lucky I didn't get damaged from it. That's all. Yeah, I was trying to pull my car over to the left as much as I could, and I think there's a little bit of net code in it. Just a little bit, just a quite a hard hit. My initial reaction was like, what did he do that for? But once that sort of, yeah, it did put me off definitely. The next, I think my tyre, it just sort of made my tyres go over the cliff a little bit, and then I lost the position to Poe, and yeah, it sort of lost my head a little bit for a while, but I got back into it.
Yeah, and just jumping back to lap 1, I mean, the driver was trying to go 5 wide at one point going into turn 1. A pretty unique sight to see. How'd you just keep your cool going through there?
I just picked the outside because there was nobody there in front of me, so I picked that line and decided to go for that route, and it worked because I got into the lead, but obviously it wasn't, like I said, I couldn't get the car back online fast enough to hold him back. But like I said, once the race started unfolding, then you can clearly see that I can't hold the pace for whatever reason. I know what the reason is, but I'm not going to go down that road again.
And Brazil then, love it or hate it?
I like the circuit a lot. Yeah, one of the classics. Did okay on it last Friday, so we'll have to see. I mean, I'm looking forward to it more than this track anyway.
Andy?
No, you stole my question about Brazil, and you covered just about everything else as well. So, thanks again. You're very, very good at that.
And I'm assuming, Spike, there's been no talks of contract because you haven't mentioned anything.
No, all I know is I am racing. I don't know what team I'm going to be with. So
He's holding out for
signed.
He's holding out for the Alfa Romeo with that special test livery that got launched today. That's what he's wanting. He wants the love hearts on it.
There's been some good liveries, yeah, indeed.
It's a test livery.
I think possibly the Force India is the worst looking car with the blue and the pink, but there you go.
No, I don't get the Red Bull testing livery. Really don't get it. But that's just me, I guess.
They do it every year, don't they? They do it every year. It looks better than their boring normal one, doesn't it? But hey.
Anyway, we're not talking about liveries of next season. We're talking about liveries of this season and performance. So heading to the Brazilian Grand Prix then, what would be a good result for you?
I just want to be fighting near the front, somewhere near the front again. Tonight was just a bit, once the guys got ahead of me, I was stuck in the low 18s. I mean, I had good consistent pace, but it just wasn't fast enough. Obviously, Lambo and Blizzard obviously were on an opposite strategy, so they were always going to come through and pass me. But yeah, I just like I said before, just cannot against certain people with certain equipment. I can't battle them. So please, can we have in the next iteration, have it balanced? That's all I want.
Well, great stuff. Thank you for speaking to us, Spike, and we'll see you at the Brazilian Grand Prix.
Yeah, we'll do. Take care of yourselves, guys. Great job as always, and congratulations to Blizzard on the title.
Well, yes, a 4-time champion is Blizzard, Andy. Well, we head to Brazil next time. I mean, I say we. The series heads to Brazil next time, and then Abu Dhabi on Thursday for the season finale. Still the Constructors' Championship to decide, so make sure you do join us for that. We also have tomorrow night the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, the season finale of TTFL. Coming up tomorrow night. You can join Steph in the box for that one, as both titles have been decided, so you know, all the drivers are just going to go for it and see who can carry the momentum into next season, which has a revised calendar. So looking forward to that one as well. TTL F2, as always, on a Sunday, the last 2 races of the season. No, that's not right. The penultimate night
you're just
of
getting it
F2.
wrong again.
I'm getting it completely wrong. USA and Mexico for TTL F2 on Sunday. 2 25% races for there. And we also have Andy's advert as well. Why don't you take the reins, Andy?
Well, double advert, obviously, because Saturday night is the second part of the Esports Mini League, which we had some fantastic fun with last week. Unfortunately, you're not going to be there, Kieran, so I'm going to be in the box, and I believe Alan Kay's going to join me as well. I'm still leaving him to do the point scoring, because I'm not trying that one. But we've obviously got the 5 teams fighting it out. VSR leading the way again, trying to make it 2 Esports Mini League titles back-to-back, having won the European one earlier this year. So join us for that. 8 o'clock, we've got 3 races, 25% in length. We one-shot qualifying, so we'll have 3 separate streams. Starting from about 8 o'clock, run around about somewhere about 9:45, 10 o'clock for it all, finishing up by the time everything's done. But yeah, the one that I always do is the following Saturday, the 23rd of February. Project Cars 2 comes to TT Gaming on TTTV. Formula C, the F3 cars on the game. It's an 8-week calendar, 2 races per night. There's still a couple of spaces up for grabs. If you are interested, drop me a message on Twitter or here on the PSN. It is Andy81287, or even go to the Twitter page for the league, which is TT_PCars on Twitter. There's still a couple of spaces up for grabs, but it's going to be an interesting league. Default setups as well, so you don't need to be a setup master. It's all about skill off the driver. So come and join us for that a week on Saturday.
And I think with all the adverts done, Andy, I think we can call it a success and a very good night. Just the final words then. Congratulations to Blizzard on securing his 4th TTL title. He is the most decorated driver, and he's added another trophy to it. We'll see if he can get the Constructors' Trophy as well added to the season. Andy, any final words?
No, it's been another brilliant season. We've still got obviously the last 2 rounds to go, but if the season goes, the second half of the season, between the speed that both Blizzard and Squeezy have had, if we have that through all of season 13, and you throw in the likes of, we know Spike can be quick, we know Lambo's quick, we know Poe's quick, but we know that there's a lot of quick drivers in the league. If we can have all of those guys, the chances of it being a phenomenal season are huge. In terms of, it does require a bit of luck, but there's some really good drivers in here. Blizzard's not going to have it all his own way if he's coming back to defend his crown. It'll be really interesting for the new season. But we've still got the final 2 races to go, and then we'll see who ends up in which cars for season 13 when we get started off in Melbourne, Australia.
And make sure you do subscribe to the channel as well. Make sure you hit the notification bell so that you're notified every time the channel goes live with the multiple series running on the channel. Until next time though, I've been Kieran McGinley.
And I've been Andy Campbell.
Take care of yourselves, and we will see you next time.
Ta-da.